I think that we're seeing a lot more requirements driven by the enterprises for low latency solutions, distributed packet gateways for local IP addresses, so localization. And also we see that there is a requirement almost entirely across the industries for compliance. There's compliance around medical devices, there's compliance around financial services, there's compliance around driver behavior, the trucking industry, etc., transport. So that requirement is driving localized data traffic, again dropped into the cloud in the right geographic locations, and that's definitely driving more and more providers to seek localized deployments of packet gateways for outbound traffic.
I think another trend we're seeing is for national roaming or multi-network coverage within countries. In many of the situations, a single mobile operator cannot provide this, and they're looking for alternatives to complement their own coverage in country. I think this is something we've been seeing mainly in Europe in the last year, and we'll continue to see this going forward.
First of all, we're happy to receive it. I think the industry is ready for it, and we've been promised a lot of that, and a lot of the investment has gone into it from the mobile operator side. I think for the IoT networks, we're getting much better latency, security solutions. Although we're going to see this now, I think we'll see perhaps adoption in the next several years. We're not even getting regular NSA roaming in many countries. There's still most of it's on 4G. But I think that the devices will embrace it also with RedCap perhaps. There might be good for the IoT networks, but for 5G SA on roaming, it will perhaps enable things like the autonomous driving vehicles, which need extremely fast response time. But I think we're not there yet. I don't think we're going to see that as a requirement or a need directly from our customers this year. Maybe we'll see it more next year.
Same as the case for low power. 5G SA roaming agreements are going to take a lot of time to really provide a global coverage. I think floLIVE in this respect has an advantage because we already have the local infrastructure with many mobile operators. And as soon as they support 5G on a national scale, then we're the ultimate partner to provide 5G in those countries. So I think that's, at least in the coming year or two, a gap filler in terms of local connectivity for 5G.
I think the reality speaks for itself. The narrowband IoT really wasn't there in the first place. In most cases, it was reliable in major cities, but it wasn't there in the rural areas, even in the mobile networks in the countries that adopted it. Now we've seen the AT&T announcements that they're sunsetting the narrowband in the US. The reality is out of millions of customers, we really had some handfuls of customers using it. It was never a standalone solution. It was always complementing perhaps CAT-M. And I think going forward, I think we'll see the reality again speak for itself. People invested in devices which are CAT-M, and it's unlikely they're going to make any changes in the next few years. And I think when we see 5G RedCap perhaps in 2027, see some adoption in that, or perhaps again devices that may be replaced, but I don't think we're going to see it that quickly. Again, from the narrowband IoT point of view, I think it was slightly an industry failure. The only problem with these failures is it takes the customers, in a runaround. They're investing, they're spending time and effort, and at the end of it, there was just no adoption there for it.
So, like we did in 2024, in our plans is to increase our network, onboard more mobile operators, and in addition to this, start adding more services, mainly software services on top of this infrastructure, such as MVNE, to allow many of our MNO customers to enable further MNOs and MVNOs. We're going to release VoLTE across our global platform and global connectivity this year, and a few other services to really enhance, such as AI analytics, anomaly detection, and other capabilities that make use of the data that we process in order to provide insights to our customers.
And just on the network side, I can add, the network's expanding. As you know, we are on core networks all over the world, and more specifically the packet gateways, which are so important to our customers. We're deployed more packet gateways now in the US, adding more resiliency, bring down the latency even between the West Coast and East Coast and West Coast. So now more in Chicago and Miami. We're moving as well. Australia is now live as well. So all of that is really bringing bringing that promise that we had to our customers to bring out their latency wherever we can and provide them a high performance network. There are also geo-redundancy between the networks. More and more of that, adding again, as Asaf was saying, more 20 or so operator groups now, and we'll be adding some more key ones this year.